How you doing, guys? Today we are working on the little mule. I took the Magnum 10 motor off so I can get ready to start swapping the oil pans. I just got this deep sump oil pan for a Magnum sitting here loosely on the frame, only because it's waiting for the Magnum 10. What I've done thus far, or what I'm going to do today, is I took the dipstick tube off because that's actually going to get swapped onto the Magnum 16. I am going to pull the spark plug so I can flip the motor over in order to get the oil pan separated, the thin line oil pan, which I'm going to need for the 16 in order to get it onto the little mule. We're going to take a look on the inside of this Magnum 10, which has been running for about 3 years now. I don't have a whole lot of hourage on it. Probably have maybe, I would say probably 20 hours total on it. So we'll take a look on the inside, see how it looks, and then we'll swap the bigger oil pan on it temporarily, and then this will head out to the shed to be put in storage. Okay, with the oil pan off, I'm super stoked. It looks super clean in there. Nothing of concern. The rod is nice. There's still just enough play on that rod. There's no rock. There's nothing. Everything inside the motor looks super clean and nice. The oil pan has barely anything in it. It's the lighting more so than anything else that's causing an issue, but it's real nice and clean, and it's going to clean up real good. I am going to take a measurement from basically here, the base of the crank, to the end of the dipper. I'll just roughly measure it with a ruler. So that way when I put the Magnum 16 together with the stumpy oil pan, I can take that measurement of the billet rod and the ice pick dipper, and make sure that I have not too much, no more length than this. So that way I know it's definitely going to clear the oil pan when I start that engine up. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to get the adapter plate off the motor and clean up the block somewhat, not perfect, because the oil pan itself needs to be completely cleaned. And eventually I'll put a gasket. I just need to put the oil pan on it so I can flip the motor back over, put a couple more parts back on this Magnum 10, and then get it out to the shed for storage. Now, in the general theme of my 1056, one thing I'm going to do with the little mule is I hid all the electrical in the tower. And although that sounds like a great idea, if you have a problem with the wiring like I did, what a nightmare. So this is just not conducive for what I want. So I'm going to make a battery, electrical box, kind of like my 1056. The only thing is I'm not going to use a battery tray. The space, because of the short frame, is so narrow. I'd have to modify a battery tray in such a way that it really wouldn't be much of a battery tray left. So what I'm going to do here is I've done some general layout. I'm going to just kind of make my own little box. This would be the center section. This is where the bolts are going to go to mount it to the frame. Side. These are going to be tabs that are going to get folded up so I can spot weld this flap up in this position. And then I'll just make a quick top for it. But for right now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this out with the scissors and lay it down on the sheet metal. That way I can start cutting. So with the steel cut, I just went to, where is it? There it is. I just went to Tractor Supply and picked up a piece of 22 gauge sheet steel. I cut the pattern out. As you can see, I just added the little relief cuts where these little tabs are going to get bent up. And right now I'm going to file all the edges nice and smooth and straight, and then start the bending process. With the sides bent and basically 90 degrees, what I did was I went ahead and I drilled holes in the tabs, the fold-over tabs, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my square up the sides, and then tack weld them or spot weld them with my MIG welder, and then that way the box will be complete. From this perspective, at least. So let me get that together and tacked up, and then we'll talk about what's next. So with a little bit of spot welding, the box is finished. Now I was going to make a top, but I've decided to use the plate that I had, the cover plate I was using before, right here, as the base. And I'm using the box as the overall top. And I'm going to drill a hole in the center of it, right here, and put a piece of threaded rod, weld the threaded rod to the base plate. And that's going to be my mount. I'll just have a wing nut right here in the middle, tightening it down, and there we go. The box will be installed, the relays and the fuses will go in there. I'm going to leave the starter solenoid right here. I think that it's clean and it's accessible if it needs to be replaced. But everything else is going to go inside that box. Alright guys, hope you enjoyed this video. A little bit of work here and there to get this thing a little closer to done. Please like, subscribe, and share this video and my channel if you can. It'd be greatly appreciated. And give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. As always, thank you very much and have a great day.